You're listening to Trek FM.
Hello, welcome to a new episode of From There to Here, Trek FM's 50th anniversary rewatch of Star Trek, in which we look at all 729 episodes from beginning to end. I'm your host, Richard Marquez, and here with me is...
Amy!
Yay, Amy! I'm so glad that you're here with us.
I am very happy to be talking Star Trek with you, Richard.
Outstanding. Oh, I'm sorry, with me. There's no one else here but me, so that's all right. We'll just say the listeners.
Yes.
Okay, so the episode that we're going to be talking about today is a Voyager episode, Gravity, as well as a DS9, The Emperor's New Cloak. So here we go.
Well, Gravity is when a Voyager shuttle manned by Tuvok, Paris, and the Doctor is pulled by gravity into a subspace gravity well and crashes on a Class D planet that exists within it. So, Richard, what did you think of this episode?
At first, when I watched this episode, it wasn't one of my favorites. It obviously the story. I mean, if anyone is actually watching this right now or has watched this before listening to this podcast, is that it's basically a story within a story. Tuvok loses control over his emotions over a girl. You know, boy meets girl. And it basically just shows his, I guess you could call it a spiritual journey, or maybe even just a disciplinary journey or something like that. Basically, just trying to control or at least show them how they control their emotions when they lose control. And in this case, it's this. This alien that's on this planet with them, and her name actually leaves my mind.
I forget her name too.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Oops, we're so sorry.
That's okay. But like, she doesn't understand quite exactly what the whole discipline of emotions is, and it's her throughout the whole entire episode trying to understand, and then in a span of a couple months or something like that, which to our time it's a couple seconds.
Yeah.
which blows my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh. But then again, it's sort of like watching Interstellar again, because one planet has a different, in a sense, time zone or rate of speed for time, and then another one has a slower speed of time, and it's just mind-boggling. I was like, are you sure that's how it's supposed to be?
Yeah,
and
that was
it's
such
kind of
an interesting twist. I mean, you're watching the episode and you're like, yeah, months are going by, and then it goes to Voyager and it's like, oh, it's only been a few hours. And so that was a very interesting twist to see that in the episode.
Yeah. I've talked to a couple people about this, and it's like, it's a very interesting, I guess you can say it's not really a concept, it's more of a reality, but different rates of speed for time. It's like, it's just mind boggling.
Yeah. I like Tuvok's voyage of his love feeling, going through that whole process. And I really appreciated Paris and Tuvok's relationship, because Paris is like, dude, we're down here, we're stuck, and we don't even know if we're getting out. And, I can appreciate only a few days, but they have been down there weeks and months. And so they're thinking that they're going to be, retrieved is almost out the window. And it's funny because I did From There to Here when Janeway and Chakotay were stranded on the island, and they had to leave, and Janeway was with the ape, the episode. And, and that was sort of the same thing where Chakotay was like, we're here. This is the moment. This is where you need to be. And here Paris is giving that same basically speech to Tuvok, that it's like, this woman loves you. You're here. We don't know if we're leaving. So live in the moment. And I appreciate seeing that theme come back through again in Voyager.
You think if they were actually down there a little bit longer, that he would actually have opened up to her?
I do. I think you could see that he was considering it and thinking about it. And of course, listening to, Paris and his own feelings. And, he goes through the flashbacks of when he was little and stuff. And so you can see his progression, and it still is very, very disciplined, but he takes logic into account. And so I think he was going to commit to that relationship, actually.
Yeah, I actually agree with you because, I mean, it looked like he was getting closer and closer to her, and it just seemed, it seemed like it was going that route anyway.
Right.
I mean, especially in the first few months. It was like, oh, crap, we're stuck down here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have a question about it. So, yeah, there were these, other species, and if they were able to get out by using the transporter, how come the other species weren't interested in retrieving their people? So they're out in space and they're trying to work together. And so then they get this transporter, and the other species like, we're going to shut it down. We've lost too many people. And Voyager gets their people out. Wouldn't they want to get their people out? I thought that was really weird.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I definitely would have. Well, maybe they don't value the people that are in there,
right?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just they don't value the people that are in there. I mean, they were I guess the crews that definitely couldn't make it past the sinkhole, the gravity sinkhole, or whatever they called it, and maybe they weren't the best crew. I don't know.
I know. I just thought that was so strange. I'm like, Voyager has success, and they're like, nope, we're shutting down this sinkhole, and too bad for them. I was like, wow, that's not very caring of you for your crew that you've lost.
Not really empathetic, yeah. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Forget them. Just close the damn hole.
So overall, I really liked the episode, and, learning more about Tuvok and his journey and how, I really liked this episode. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting episode. I mean, maybe going more into the science of it would have been more intriguing for me because I'm more of a 3/4 thumbs up sort of on this episode. I've seen Interstellar, and that episode just blew my mind. Granted they made up some of it, but still, it's still for the most part accurate. And this episode is right along that line. So
yeah.
Well,
should we move on to the Emperor's New Cloak?
We shall. On to DS9.
Yes, on to DS9. So, Grand Nagus Zet, ruler of the Ferengi Empire and paramour to Quark and Rom's mother, disappears while on a business trip to the alternate universe. And hijinks ensue. I've been waiting to say that. Thank you, Mike Schindler.
Awesome. I absolutely love this episode. I mean, anything that deals with the mirror universe, especially when it comes to DS9, and on top of that, to put icing on the cake, for me, I love all of the Ferengi episodes because they're fun. They're a little bit, they're quirky, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's a lot of fun, and that's what I really love about them.
Okay, well, don't hate me then, and sorry, listeners, but I did not enjoy this episode. I probably because I was just trying to figure out what in the heck is going on. I'm not that familiar with this alternate universe, so that I've got question marks all over my notes. What is this? What is going on? What is this girl-on-girl kiss? What is Worf the Regent? I had too many questions. I don't know what the heck is going on. So I didn't enjoy it. And what's up with the costumes? It's just this mirror universe concept. The costumes were way over the top, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely look like, I guess, a band of, I guess, sea pirates, if
Right.
that's what you want to call it. Yeah. I mean, Terrans. I mean, come on. We're a bunch of sea pirates? Come on. But I mean, I love going into the mirror universe. I mean, because we always see the Prime universe. It's always rigid, and you got all these rules and everything, and they got things to do, schedules to meet, as the female changeling says, and it's like this mirror universe. It just takes them into another area that's fun. I mean, it's kind of like. It's a lot of fun for those actors. They get to do something outside of what they're normally used to. It's just different. I mean, not entirely everything is mirror universe or the opposite. Like Miles O'Brien is still a nice guy in a sense,
right.
But he's not really the guy that fixes everything.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. That's what I absolutely love about these episodes. The mirror universe for DS9, that is.
So people can just go to this universe at any time?
Supposedly, you don't need an ion storm or anything like that. You just need that device, that interdimensional transporter device. There you go.
And so do people from the alternate universe come into the Prime universe?
A couple of episodes. Actually, how this episode started is that we saw Ezri Dax, the mirror universe Ezri Dax, comes into the Prime universe from the alternate universe.
Yeah.
And I mean,
so she came to get
originated.
Quark and Rom because they were going to bring a
cloaking
device. Yeah. And so then that was the ransom for this guy.
For the Grand Nagus.
Yeah.
I
know. I'm so sorry. Nagus. I'm so sorry, listeners. So
that's okay. We'll
they can just go back and forth.
Supposedly, I mean, and obviously in this episode, it's a fun episode. They're trying. I mean, for those who haven't seen it yet, and we're gonna spoil it for you. I'm sorry, but basically, it's like Amy was saying, it's a ransom. Trying to get the Grand Nagus back from the alternate universe because they want a cloaking device, because apparently they don't have a cloaking device in the mirror universe, and then obviously it snowballs into other things and one problem after another, and eventually they all get back. So
yes. Well, I did appreciate, I have watched enough DS9 to know that Garrick is loved by all, and he is the perfect suck up to the region. I mean, that was so good. He did a great job and perfect character.
Groveling to Worf's feet.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Regent.
Yes.
All right. So what are we gonna rate this one at?
Well, I am not going to say that this was good, just for me. So what are we rating it out of?
Just I guess thumbs up, thumbs down.
I hate to ever give any Star Trek a thumbs down, so I'm gonna say thumbs sideways because I like all Trek, but this just isn't good to me. What about you?
Well, like I said, Frankie, alternate universe, DS9, one of my favorite series of all time. I'm gonna give it, full thumbs up.
Okay, full thumbs up it is.
Awesome. Well, that does it for us in this episode. Amy, where can everyone find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me at Twitter at Miss Amy Nelson, and you can find me hosting Earl Grey with you, Richard. And where can people talk to you about how awesome Emperor's New Cloak episode is?
Yeah, yes, it is exciting to be to co-host with you and Lee for on Earl Grey. I'm sorry, not for. But everyone can find me on the Babel Conference. I pop in here and there, stir the pot, and whatnot. But they also can find me on Twitter at xransom. And with that, thank you for listening, and we will see you next time on Field of Fire and Bliss.